Shillman.
And this is CMS Weather. Here's an update on Hurricane Lorenzo.
As you can see, Hurricane Lorenzo has just become a Category 4 as it's hit land, coming from a Category 5, but most are around a 3.
As you remember, Lorenzo was a Category 1, and as it got closer to Florida, it gained speed and became a Category 3.
Hurricane Lorenzo has just hit Florida about 3 hours ago at wind speeds of around 133 miles an hour.
As you can see, it will go through Brunswick, Georgia, and then through Savannah, Georgia. And next, it'll hit South Carolina. After that, it'll go about halfway through North Carolina and then exit back into the ocean.
If you look at the map, you can see that Virginia will get some wind and rain for about 1 to 2 days.
As you know, all hurricane categories 1 through 5 have their own wind speeds. A Category 1 has wind speeds for about 74 to 95 miles an hour. A Category 2 has wind speeds for about 96 to 110 miles an hour.
A Category 3 has wind speeds of about 111 to 129 miles an hour. And as we get to a Category 4, which is what Lorenzo is at right now, we can see that Lorenzo within the next couple of hours will range from 130 to 156 miles an hour.
And last, we have a Category 5, which is what Lorenzo was before it hit land. And hurricanes that are Category 5 have a wind speed from about 157 miles an hour and up.
When gravity acts on the air exerts a force upon Earth called pressure. Air pressure is caused by the weight of air molecules above.
The air pressure in a hurricane drops according to its intensity, or its category. So the lower the pressure, the stronger the storm.
The warm ocean waters provide the energy a storm needs to become a hurricane. Usually, the surface water temperature must be 26 degrees Celsius or 79 degrees Fahrenheit or hotter for a hurricane to form.
Hurricanes frequently produce huge amounts of rain, and flooding can be a significant problem, especially for inland communities. A typical hurricane brings about 6 to 12 inches of rainfall to the area it crosses.
Hurricanes are by far the most common to occur in the Atlantic Ocean, with western Pacific being the most active. Florida has now sustained 117 direct hits by hurricane in record history, far more than any other U.S. state, according to the NOAA.
That's almost twice as many major storms that have hit the runner-up, Texas. Louisiana is third in hurricane landfalls, followed by North Carolina and South Carolina.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th each year, with the peak period being early August through the end of October.
Hurricanes can produce winds at 100 miles an hour, uprooting trees, tearing down beachfront houses, demolishing docks, and even the roads. However, they damage a lot more than just trees and houses. Their effects on coastal areas like North Carolina can last for years after the actual storms.
When the force of a hurricane comes down on residential structures, homes can be ripped apart by the storm's powerful winds.
Storm surge and large waves produced by hurricanes pose the greatest threat to life and property along the coast.
A storm surge is an abnormal rise in water generated by hurricane winds. A storm surge can reach heights well over 20 feet and can span hundreds of miles of coastline.
Storm tide is the water level rise during a storm due to the combination of storm surge and the astronomical tide.
The destructive power of a storm surge and large battering waves can result in loss of life, buildings destroyed, beach and dune erosion, and road and bridge damage along the coast.
Hurricanes often produce widespread severe rains, which may result in deadly and destructive floods.
In fact, flooding is the major threat from hurricanes for people living inland. Flash flooding, defined as rapid raise in water levels, can occur quickly due to intense rainfall.
And longer-term flooding on rivers and streams can persist for several days after the storm.
As we see here, Hurricane Lorenzo has already caused lots of damage, including tearing down houses and even roads.
To be classified, a hurricane must have winds of at least 74 miles an hour for 1 minute. Then it will be categorized as a hurricane.
So until the hurricane gets up to 74 miles per hour, don't get too worried.
As you know, Hurricane Lorenzo hit land not long ago. So if you are not prepared yet, here are some things that you can do to be prepared.
First, have a plan if you end up needing to evacuate. Then have a pet plan. Before the storm threatens, contact your veterinarian or local humane society for information on preparing your pets for an emergency.
Board up windows, bring in outdoor objects that could blow away, and know where all the evacuation routes are.
Prepare a disaster supplies kit for your home and your car. You should have enough food and water to last at least 3 days.
And make sure you include a first aid kit with canned food and a can opener, bottled water, a battery-operated radio, a flashlight, protective clothing, and written instructions on how to turn off electricity, gas, and water.
Also have an NOAA weather radio in handy with plenty of batteries. so you can listen to storm advisories.
And last, have some cash handy. Following a hurricane, banks and ATMs may be temporarily closed. Make sure that your car is filled with gasoline.
Something that you should do while the storm is going on is stay away from low-lying and flood-prone areas.
Always stay indoors during a hurricane because strong winds will blow things around. Leave mobile homes and go to a shelter.
If your home isn't on higher ground, go to a shelter. If emergency managers say to evacuate, then do so immediately.
And last, some things that you can do once the storm is past is stay indoors until it is safe to come out.
Check for injured or trapped people without putting yourself in danger. Watch out for flooding, which can happen after a hurricane. Do not attempt to drive in flooding waters.
Stay away from standing water. It may be electrically charged from underground or down to power lines. Don't drink tap water until officials say it's okay to do so.
Another thing is that the NHC issues a hurricane warning 36 hours in advance of a tropical storm force winds to give you some time to complete your preparations.
So if you haven't prepared for the storm yet, those are some things that you can do until you are ready for Hurricane Lorenzo, or even just for the next hurricane that comes near you or your friends.
As you might know, Hurricane Lorenzo has done some pretty bad damage, but we've seen worse, such as Hurricane Sandy on October 31st of 2012.
In the United States, Hurricane Sandy affected 24 states, including the entire eastern seaboard from Florida to Maine, and west across the Appalachian Mountains to Michigan and Wisconsin, with severe damage in New Jersey and New York.
Hurricane Sandy was the deadliest and most destructive, as well as the strongest hurricane of 2012. The damage that the hurricane did made nearly $70 billion in damage.
And sadly, Hurricane Sandy had a total of 285 fatalities.
Another severe hurricane that hit was Hurricane Katrina. When Hurricane Katrina hit in Miami in 2005, it was labeled as Category 5, but later turned into Category 3 when it reached Louisiana.
There was an estimated 1,200 lives lost during the storm, and the total cost and damages was approximately $108 billion.
For these reasons, Hurricane Katrina was one of the worst hurricanes in history.
The wind speeds of Hurricane Katrina reached all the way up to 174 miles an hour, which is a lot faster than the average hurricane.
In 1928, the second deadliest hurricane occurred in U.S. history. It was called the Okeechobee Hurricane. At least 2,500 lives were lost during this Category 4 hurricane.
It was recorded that a lake surge was the cause of the majority of the deaths, with the flooding between 6 and 9 feet high.
Hurricane Okeechobee continued to gain strength while going west across the Atlantic, becoming a Category 4 hurricane just before hitting land.
And now we have a 3D model of the path that Hurricane Lorenzo is taking. So as you can see, the hurricane is not moving very fast at the beginning, but as it gets closer to land, it moves much faster. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on CMS Weather.